lot of stuff, man.
Basically, this
Behemoth
L shape here, and then all that stuff there in the pile.
So the back of it is just completely stacked. Like, we have this giant stack of just Xbox 360s. The whole truck is pretty much full. It's been about 3 weeks since we made the purchase. I do have a couple of clips that we're gonna insert in just a few, but then we're gonna come back and we'll give you guys a quick overview of kind of where we are and how this is going, and if this was a good purchase. We got a lot to talk about. All right, so we're in the garage right now. Most stuff is either in the garage or in the basement. We put stuff in the garage that we're not as worried about temperature control because it's pretty cold in here. But I'll show you all kind of the madness. And then we're gonna pull out some items for eBay. I think there's a lot of stuff that's gonna end up going to eBay, and just kind of start grabbing that stuff, like the breast pump, like probably gonna put that on eBay. This is kind of the chaos that we have right now. Ignore these boxes. These boxes are literally brand new boxes or empty cases. But here we are. So you can still, there's still a lot of like video game stuff. Like there's some Gears of War games right there. There's going to be a lot of cords. Right now we're not dealing with cords. We're just kind of getting consoles, games inside, and using the cords we already have. And then we can organize these later. But like, there's a pair of headphones. Those will probably go to eBay. I don't know about that Retron. But then there's a lot of stuff over here that's gonna go to eBay. And then I'll show you on this side. So I have some extra storage in the garage. So this top row right here is all stuff from this purchase. It's mostly consoles, and then this shelf, this shelf, this shelf, this shelf, this shelf. And then these three are all consoles. So in the garage right now, I think we are, when I last added it up, we're at 155 consoles. But that's not including anything that was on that top shelf. So we're probably 170-ish maybe in the garage. And then we have some in the house. And then Justin, my contractor, he took some. So I honestly think we're at 250, 300 consoles, but I don't know. And then I know some of these are consoles that we had already tested, taken back to Levi, and then they ended up in the pile. So they literally came right back. So we basically like repurchased our broken consoles from him. It's fine because that was not part of the purchase. It just ended up in the pile. So we're gonna go through this, see what kind of eBay stuff we can find, and hopefully we can find some cool stuff and valuable stuff. Oh, and there was a bunch of cologne. We have already listed that, and that was actually worth quite a bit. I think what we listed on Friday was about 1,500, and then we have a very small amount more that's probably worth another 500 would be my guess. All right, so we're kind of going through it, and I just found this. This is like a laptop power bank. I don't know what this is worth, but the reason it kind of freaked me out is I looked, and this originally sold for $450. I have no idea where it sold for that much, but we're gonna take that and see if it's actually worth it. And it is heavy. It's probably 5-10 pounds, pretty heavy. And then we're gonna list the breast pump because I don't know, it's just really random. So you guys kind of saw a lot of the random stuff that we've started processing for eBay. We are, I would say, when it comes to just straight eBay stuff, like not video games, not like video games that we end up putting on eBay, but just like the randomness, we are probably 90% done. There is some other random stuff in this that we will end up putting on there, but the bulk of it has been listed, and honestly, the eBay stuff is going really well. I don't actually spend a whole lot on the eBay side of the business. A lot of times it's like cheap garage sale stuff that I just get for free. People bring it to me, things like that. I don't hunt a lot for eBay stuff because most of the business is Amazon, but I do want to show you all some of the stuff is crazy. This is our inventory system for eBay. If you guys have never seen it, it is overwhelming, and we are actually probably going to do kind of a purge over the next week or so, get rid of some of the stuff. We actually have like a lot of stuff that's like really old. So that 511 would be 51122, 40522. So stuff that's like getting pretty old. Let's get back to the eBay stuff, and then I'll show you kind of where we are with everything. And I promise you want to stick around for it. There's a lot of stuff. Almost everything there, all the way there, and almost all of this is from this purchase. So this bin, for example, has a lot of the cologne, and I was skeptical. I did not know buying the cologne was something that I would ever consider, but I will say that if Levi ends up with more cologne, I will probably buy it from him if he wants to sell it to me. It has sold pretty well. I would say average sales price is probably 60 bucks, maybe 50 actually. It's probably closer to 50. And considering we did not account for that when we bought this, that was really good. I would say there was probably 30 or 40 different cologne things, and average sales price of 50 times 30, that's $1,500. So that's pretty good, to be honest, for something that we were not accounting for. So that's been really cool. That was one of the first things we listed because it was in the garage, very cold. Don't want that stuff to get cold. Fun fact for you guys, if you don't know anything about cologne or anything with like that alcohol in it, you don't really want it to just sit in cold air because I think it loses the scent, if I remember. These cameras weren't part of the purchase, but let's see what else we got in here. We got some faucets, that breast pump, that's funny, that's in there. So this would be an example of something that I pulled out that I know I'm not going to sell Sega CD on Amazon, or like there were some sealed Atari games, some other box games. I think basically the way I handled that was I looked to see if the game was worth selling on Amazon, and if it was like an N64 game, I probably sent it there. But if it wasn't like really high rank, I think a lot of those had really high rank, we just sold it on eBay. You know, we got a couple more games. That might be something people like to see. Zelda Ocarina of Time, CIB, it is in there. Not a lot of this is from this purchase. This was a nice one. We actually got violation on eBay for this because we listed it as a video game accessory. Apparently this is not a video game accessory, it is a video game headset, which is apparently not the same thing. Good old eBay. Love you, hate you, same time. So this is kind of some random stuff. I got some cologne in here, doorknob, power cord, nothing super notable in there. And here we have some toiletry stuff, light switch, battery stuff. I think that's a security thing. More random stuff, more cologne. Like there's a lot of cologne in here. I think it just is coming up a lot because it also takes up a lot of space. We did list this. It's a power base converter. It's got some physical damage, but I think it already sold. Maybe they haven't paid for it, not entirely sure. This sold too. It's like a speaker. That sold for 90 bucks. I don't know if they haven't paid for that, or maybe it's supposed to go out tomorrow, so that's why it hasn't shipped. Got a lot of paintball stuff. I guess he used to semi-professionally do paintball, so that explains why that's in there. This is just some more randomness. Some controllers. Like I said, we did start doing a little bit of video game stuff, not just straight eBay stuff like this USB Sega Genesis controller. I think this is official. I mean, the fact that it's got the logo and it says Sega in the trademark, so I guess it is. I also got like this lock that was like 100 some bucks. And then this is kind of like one of the last couple of bins of random stuff. Mr. Beast gun, more paintball stuff, a Govee light, power base thing, Vapo Cool. Oh, it's a temperature gun. Might actually want to keep that. I don't know. We'll see. And then we got some DVD, VHS combos, things like that. We're just about done. There's probably some other bigger stuff that's up top that I'm not immediately seeing. But let's talk consoles, because I feel like people want to see the consoles. So we're in the garage now. Show you guys consoles and kind of talk through that real quick. I'd shown a previous clip that still is pretty relevant, and then I'll show you guys kind of the disaster that is the garage and where we are with that and how much longer I think we won't be able to park in the garage, hopefully soon. So it's gonna look chaotic, but it looks way less worse than you actually think. So cords, and we've already started processing through a lot of cords, but cords. I think that was all cords. Cords, and cords there as well. But we have some Rock Band stuff, Guitar Hero stuff, cords there as well. This is pretty much all cords. Also, it looks a little chaotic because all of these are boxes ready to go to recycling. And then this is the very last bit of eBay stuff. I do think this was in the original video, but this is a Game Gear case. It does have a Game Gear in it, and it's got a bunch of games. But we do have a Sega Saturn rental case and a Sega Genesis, Sega CD rental case. And that is in there. It looks to be in really good condition. I don't know that it works. We'll test that. Nothing in there. That will probably go on eBay, FYI. Guess we can probably put that up soon. So if you are interested in those rental cases, check out the eBay. They're probably listed. Also, if you're local, because I know some of the local guys watch, DM me, send me a message on Facebook, whatever, because they're for sale. I don't want rental cases, and I'm not a Sega person. I don't hate Sega. I don't know if I ever played a Genesis as a kid. Did have a Game Gear, so I'm actually probably gonna keep that Game Gear. Just saying, been waiting for the right moment, and I think that was the moment. But let's take a look quickly at the consoles. This is not consoles. This is installation. We're still kind of where we were. I don't have an updated count, but my guys kind of went through this today, I think, and pulled out every GameCube they could find. But I do know that since the last video, I added 10 more consoles. There's 2 there, and then I just started shoving NESs wherever I could find a hole. We have a ton of NESs. We also have quite a few of the Xbox 360 whites, or the originals. But we have some really obscure stuff in here. Maybe not really obscure, but like, I don't even know what that is. It's for the Atari, but I don't know. Anyways, last I counted, we were at 155. That doesn't include anything on the top row. It does not include the 10 that I just talked about. And I would say on the top row, I can immediately see, I can see 11. There's probably way more than that. There's probably at least 20 up there if I were to guess minimum. So we'll add 30 to the 155, so we're at 185 on the console. Now, I say that doesn't include that rental case game, the Game Gear. I'm counting handhelds as consoles because I know they're not, but they're, for our system, the way we do things, they are the same. And then we're gonna go downstairs, and now you guys are gonna get to see the games and the consoles. So it's a lot. And I apologize if you guys are stuck around. Like, I know this is a long video, but when you buy $17,000 worth of primarily video games, you get a lot of stuff. I've tried to streamline this. That's why I haven't recorded for 3 weeks. So these are the GameCubes that we pulled out. You know, this is another box of just cords. All these cords along the bar are from him. And then there's random stuff like this. What is this? A team player. Oh, it's a multi-tap. 3DS box and another 3DS box. That one might actually be in. No, that's just the books. And stuff like that is like other eBay stuff that we have not listed because that's not going to go to Amazon. But this probably was cords and now it's empty. So it's probably those cords. More cords. A lot of this stuff is going to be from him. This entire bin is all Xbox 360 type cords, or we're probably going to lot all of these up. Sell these on eBay. We don't sell them with NES consoles, but all of our bins have been restocked. We are very good on controllers, cords, things like that right now. Oh, but I was going to show you consoles. I'm getting the games. We're almost there, but I want to show you the consoles first because the games, there's a lot, and I'm just going to dedicate a whole other video. I thought I was going to do it all in this, but I've been rambling for like 20 minutes already, so there's no way I can show you guys all the games. We have this bin of games, or this bin of consoles. We got a Master System at the bottom, so there's, you know, another 7 consoles in here, but then we have this bag of handhelds, so there's 4 in there, so another 10 to 15 in there. We have this modded PS3, we have an Oculus, I think there's 3 PSPs in the bottom of this. A Wii U, a Switch, the Animal Crossing one. Things are mostly organized. Oh, let's see. We have 2 Genesis and a Game Gear there. And then over here, I think these are CIB consoles. So we have a PS3 and an Elite. And then we have some more CIB. So these are both CIB, Wii U, CIB, PS4 Pro. For some reason I thought we had a bunch more consoles down here. These are all broken. If you guys ever want to make some money and repair consoles for me, hit me up. I don't know what that is. That might be cords, maybe games, who knows. This is empty, but it is beautiful. Nice and beautiful. That'll probably go on the eBay store. I think there's a Super Nintendo there, a couple more. Wii U, PS4, 360, Genesis. We have a bunch of random Ataris. Those are very, very low priority. These are all from him, but these are ones that we've all tested. Unfortunately, this doesn't work, and it's not in good condition, not counting the decal. I wish the decal is pretty, it's kind of in bad condition, but the console itself is also bad. So all of these are from him and tested as well. I think that's most of the consoles. There's a lot. Based off of what I just showed you in the basement, you're probably gonna be like, this number's insane, but I think there's 300 consoles. I don't think we're going to hit exactly 300, and there's no way, I think for a second, we have 300 working. I would say best case scenario, 225 work. Best case scenario. I said earlier in the video, he ended up giving back the consoles that were broken to me, so, which I'm fine with. That was where it landed in his warehouse. It just made sense that it ended up accidentally back with us. But we have ton of consoles, and we have special edition controllers, which is cool. Those will always be nice to pair whenever we do get those consoles. I did promise we would go look at the games. I saw the top and I freaked out. And then, oh my gosh. How often do you see two